person cannot just declare bankruptcy and then sort of have all of his debts miraculously vanish. Yes, bankruptcy can discharge, essentially get rid of certain types of debts, but not these debts.
Then you're out of luck. That debt is priority debt, and it's not wiped out by a bankruptcy filing.
Rumor has it Money Mayweather Jr., TMT, is going broke, bankrupt. Is this true? Can someone explain to me how on earth do you spend or waste 400 million?
A wave of online reports claims that a major media outlet uncovered evidence suggesting Floyd Mayweather burned through nearly $500 million in half a year, ultimately leading to financial collapse. The story points to aggressive spending on high-end properties, with little regard for the enormous tax burdens attached, painting a picture of unchecked luxury contributing to a potential downfall.
The bank knows, the mortgage companies know, that maybe you'll keep your house 7 years. So the greatest tax write-offs for that home mortgage is within the first 7 or 10 years. Do you know that if you have a 30-year mortgage, let's just say it was for $200,000, that in the first 20 years, you've only paid down $100,000 of principal? Why? Because all of that money went for interest.
Even in a worst-case scenario like bankruptcy, obligations don't simply disappear. Financial responsibilities, especially taxes, still have to be settled. In the past, records showed significant amounts owed to tax authorities, including a multi-million-dollar bill from 2015, along with additional unresolved balances from earlier years. These figures have continued to fuel debate about his financial situation.
Is that not all of the debt that you owe to the IRS is actually dischargeable under the bankruptcy code. Priority debt, or more recent debt, is not.
Known for showcasing wealth, Mayweather recently made headlines again with a multi-million-dollar property purchase in New York. While some admire the bold move, others question the timing, especially with ongoing chatter about debts. The decision has sparked mixed reactions, balancing between admiration and concern over financial priorities.
Mayweather, man.
Man, do we got money or not? I don't know what's going on.
I'm lost.
Man, I seen, I think Stephen A was talking about he was bankrupt.
See, I know he came out with this commercial talking about he just invested in this deal that's worth like $402 million, that's dealing with 60 apartment buildings.
Yeah, I heard the nigga bought half of New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so he walking down the street of New York. Yeah, I own that one. I own that one.
I seen that too.
So some people reached out to the agencies that he's connected with about this deal, and they said no comment.
Let me tell you something. I got a question. Niggas is nosy for no reason.
Nosy as hell.
What I'm reaching out to these people about they deal for?
We want to talk to you about the Floyd Mayweather deal. No comment. They say his name ain't on no paperwork or nothing.
I seen him on something. He look like a bum.
Floyd?
He was looking like a bum. Had like he ain't shaved in months.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
There's no way this man is broke. There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know where the money went to.
His passion for luxury cars is just as well known. His collection includes some of the most expensive vehicles in the world: Bugattis, Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royces, and, in some cases, multiple versions of the same model. What stands out even more is that several of these cars were made untouched, existing more as symbols of status than machines meant to be driven.
Cars. First, we have his Bugatti Veyron 16-4. This one's going for about $1 million. His Ferrari Enzo going for about $2 million. His Lamborghini Murcielago going for about $500,000. His Bentley Mulsanne going for about $300K. He owns at least 29 Rolls-Royce Phantoms, and each of these start at about $450,000. He also has a Bentley golf cart going for about $30,000. And lastly, we have his Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita. This one's going for about $5 million.
On social media, these cars become part of a carefully crafted image. Rows of pristine vehicles and polished collections are regularly displayed, reinforcing the persona of limitless wealth. While visually impressive, this constant showcasing has also drawn criticism from those who question the message behind it.
On a daily basis, this right here is red. So we got this. We like to call this house right here the Palace. This is the EWB. Extended wheelbase, Gucci pillows. All depends on how you want to close the door. Stop talking on filming. Come on. I didn't show you guys this. I bought this like 4 or 5 days ago. I got all type of toys, Apple TV, personal machine, all type of crazy stuff. Talked about this yesterday, talked about that. It's blue. Blue on the seats. Crocodile Himalaya, 110,000. That's what we do. Live life, have fun, work hard, play hard. Show you.
Despite repeated speculation about tax issues, Mayweather has consistently pushed back. He claims his finances are solid and insists that large payments have already been made to settle obligations. According to him, the narrative of financial trouble is exaggerated. However, the persistence of these reports continues to raise eyebrows. Away from finances, his personal life has also faced scrutiny, with accusations from past relationships adding another layer to his public image.
So somebody sent me a lawsuit. I gotta go through the details, but apparently a few of his girls, strippers at Girl Collection are suing him for loss of wages. Okay. Now I wasn't gonna pay attention to this because I was just like, well, how are y'all strippers and you suing him for loss of wages? I'm trying to figure that out. Like, you get your money from the Patreon. What does he have to do with your money? And so somebody put a little bird in my ear. They said this was the beginning of the lawsuit. Okay. They're going to be adding more allegations of harassment and all this stuff. And I was just like, no, hold up. No, you worked in a club. And so apparently there's more to come. All right. But here's my thing. I was like, the last person that filed a lawsuit against him, alleging anything, where's she at?
Even with reports of significant financial obligations, his spending habits appear unchanged. Expensive homes, rare collectibles, and luxury assets continue to be added to his portfolio. In response to criticism, he released footage highlighting his real estate ventures, presenting himself as someone shifting toward income-generating investments rather than pure luxury. Still, skepticism remains among critics.
Mayweather is at it again. This time, not in the ring, but in the real estate market. The undefeated boxing champ just sold his Miami Beach mansion for a jaw-dropping $22 million. Let's break down the numbers and see why Floyd's still living up to his nickname. Mayweather originally bought this stunning waterfront property in 2021 for $18 million. Fast forward 3 years, and he's walking away with a cool $4 million profit. Not bad, right? And here's a fun twist. The buyer is taking on a $13 million mortgage, which comes with monthly payments of nearly $99,000. Now, let's talk about the mansion itself. It's a 3-story masterpiece, spanning over 9,000 square feet with 9 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. But the amenities? Next level. A 5,000 square foot rooftop with panoramic views, a private dock for a 30-meter yacht, a movie theater, gym, game room, and even smart home tech. Plus, it's located in a guard-gated community, ultimate privacy for the ultra-rich. This isn't Floyd's only play in the property game. He recently listed his Beverly Hills estate for a whopping $48 million. That's nearly double the $25.5 million he paid for it back in 2017. If it sells, he'll pocket an insane $22.5 million profit. This Beverly Hills compound is a paradise of its own, with 6 bedrooms, 9.5 bathrooms, and
his appetite for high-end living was further highlighted by the purchase of a massive mansion designed like a private resort. Complete with extravagant features, it joins a list of properties in elite locations such as Beverly Hills, Las Vegas, and Miami. For supporters, it's another display of success. For doubters, it raises more questions about financial logic. Critics like Oscar de la Hoya have offered a different perspective on Mayweather's career decisions. In his view, many of Floyd's biggest fights were driven more by financial gain than competitive passion. According to this argument, blockbuster matchups were less about legacy and more about maximizing revenue opportunities.
And Canelo are having a last laugh. Canelo is going to enjoy his lucrative contract He's gonna fight the very best, unlike Floyd. Waits for fighters to either be over the hill or too young, the way he fought Canelo when he was too young. But look, hey, if Floyd really wants to fight, if he really wants to come out of retirement and crawl under his rock, then call out Canelo once again at 160, okay, 100 pounds, 160 pounds. Call out Canelo and do the rematch, and that's it.
You think he's talking this trash because he wants a rematch? You think he actually wants?
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
You can't.
I doubt he'll ever step into that ring. Floyd's a big freaking...
He called Canelo the easiest win of his career.
Yeah, because he was 21 years old.
Right.
Of course. If I fought freaking Ryan Garcia, who's 19 years old, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat him easy because of my experience.
So fight him in his prime, he goes down easy.
Easy.
What's your message to Floyd?
Floyd, stay under your rock.
Nothing captures his taste for extravagance quite like his jewelry. One of the most talked about pieces is an ultra-expensive diamond watch valued in the tens of millions. Covered in rare stones, it represents the same bold, attention-grabbing style that defines his overall lifestyle, impossible to ignore and designed to stand out.
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
1 point. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he's saying.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. One of one piece.
One of one.
Money team. Can we see it on him? Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's like it's a one of one. I love that.
Boxing Doctor News. Hey there, money moves enthusiasts. Let's talk about Floyd Mayweather's wild ride in the world of wealth. 1 minute. We're hearing about financial troubles. The next, he's dropping $402 million on Manhattan real estate. But hold up, plot twist. Now his LA gym employees are protesting, claiming they haven't been paid. Is the money team really out of money? Meanwhile, Mayweather's still flexing, snagging a $20 million property in Midtown. What's the real story here? Is he a real estate mogul or facing a cash crunch? And the biggest question, does Floyd even know what's happening at his gym? This financial roller coaster is giving us whiplash. What do you think is really going on with Mayweather's millions? Drop your theories in the comments.
And recently, Mayweather has tried to shift the conversation. He's spoken about focusing more on investments that generate steady income rather than purely flashy purchases. His message suggests a move toward long-term wealth building through business ventures and partnerships. On the surface, it signals evolution, though questions still linger.
Comfortable talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. You know, we can't feed our family just saying I love you. You know, money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience and do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences. And with me being able to make a lot of money, I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me. And it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, like you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing.
Despite these claims, unresolved concerns continue to follow him. Reports of tax issues, lawsuits, and financial disputes remain part of the conversation. Some analysts believe certain business partnerships may be more about branding than substantial ownership. Public criticism, including comments from 50 Cent, has only added to doubts about how much of his wealth is truly accessible versus tied up in image-driven assets.
There's a flex happening with Floyd Mayweather that we were all cheering and congratulating him from, but we might need to put a pin in that as some evidence comes forward that things may not be how they seem. So a couple weeks back, I talked about it here on the show. Floyd Mayweather said he dropped $402 million on 62 Manhattan rental buildings. But Business Insider went and did the research. They did their Googles, and they said they couldn't find any receipts that this is true. There were no deed transfers, no public records, nothing. They made some phone calls to owners, and they could not find any information regarding this transaction. Floyd has gone on interviews and discussed it. You know, of course, 50 Cent dropped in with his troll thing and put the interview up and the information about it and said he bought them in his imagination. Same place he read all those Harry Potter books, because 50 gone 50. My question is, does Floyd, was he swindled in some sort of business?
Over the years, legal challenges have also played a role in shaping his financial narrative. Multiple cases and settlements have reportedly added pressure, suggesting that maintaining a high-profile lifestyle can come with significant hidden costs.
It's your boy Johnny Fastlane here with allhiphop.com. So the situation is crazy, man, because Lil Uzi Vert and Floyd Mayweather are being sued for an assault that happened last June in New York, right? The whole situation is that the person that's suing them says that he saw Floyd Mayweather's truck and he went across the street while he was filming to get some footage of it. And basically the whole money team, Floyd Mayweather's team and Lil Uzi Vert came out of the truck and beat the crap out of him, right? It's crazy as hell because Lil Uzi Vert responded and he said that he don't even know Floyd Mayweather. He was not there and you guys got the wrong person, right? I've never seen Mayweather and Lil Uzi Vert in the same place together at all, ever, and I'm guessing that it's probably somebody from Mayweather's team that kind of looks like Uzi, right? Either way, man, Uzi is wrapped up in this lawsuit. We'll see if they take his name off of it.
That's all for today's update. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.